Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. As some of you know, I'm a huge Werewolf fan, and I've been looking forward to these two turning up. I got them from 16kit.com, and it is the Coomodels 112 scale Werewolves. We have this version is called the Snow-Capped Mountain, and this has kind of a subtle blood effect on it. The blood's a bit pink, to be honest. I'm definitely going to touch this up during the review. I was going to do two separate videos, the review and then a mod video afterwards, but the mods are quite quick and easy to do, so I'm going to just mod them halfway through the review here, and then you can see the results at the end. And then this version on the right is the jungle version. He doesn't have any blood on him, and he's a bit more of a dark grey fur, and this one is more of a light grey. But beautiful sculpts. I mean, like it says on the packaging, 112 scale handmade figure by Coomodels. That's them there. So www.coomodel.com. And packaging's alright. You get a nice picture of the figure. And on the back, we just have a picture of the nice diorama base. And you do get the option when these were first put up for pre-order on the 16 kit website that you could get them without this base for a bit cheaper. And in the box, as well as the nice diorama base, there was these kind of more standard bases as well, but this is very flimsy and they don't really stick in that tightly, so I'm not too keen on these, but these are handy to have for other 112 scale figures, or I'm sure they'll come in handy for something at some point. So I think you get these with just the regular versions. Don't take my word for it though, you may very well not get any stand with the regular one, but I'm assuming you do. I'm assuming you get this with the regular one, and then obviously with the fancy diorama version you get both. So that's nice, but do bear in mind folks, these are two separate figures. They do not come as two. You either get this one or this one, or you get both. I went for both because I'm such a big Werewolf fan. I didn't want to regret not getting these because they're not going to be made in high numbers. These will be quite limited and will sell out and be quite hard to get one day, I assume. Now, it's not the first Werewolf I've had from Coomodels. I do have their 1/6 scale Werewolf, and I'll just take you over to the shelf now and show you that quickly. Alright, so yes, here is the 1/6 scale Werewolf that they made, and it is fantastic. And that's been reviewed on the channel, and there's a showcase video on the channel with all the poses and cool things you can do with it, so check that out if you haven't seen it. Well worth a look. That figure came out about seven years ago. That's a guess, but it's got to be about 7 years now, give or take. Now, as far as the mods I'm going to do, I want to give a massive shout out and tip of the hat to a YouTube channel called Custom Comics. He got there first, man. He got in there and he got rid of the pupil and just painted the eyes. I think he painted them yellow. I'm going to paint mine all white, and I'm going to do some blood on the teeth, and what else am I going to do? I'm basically going to do everything he did in his video. I'm going to untuck the shirt like he did because he wanted to see more of the sculpt, and just going to touch up the paint in certain areas. I don't think there's any need to really do anything to the fur, but I will make the eyes just completely white. I just like the idea of just completely white eyes. I think it will look really kind of scary, but got to give credit where it's due to Custom Comics because he did it first, and I did watch his videos and I did get some ideas from him. You got to give credit where credit's due to the folks who, you know, put out that content and inspire others to do the same. Now, before I do start, you know, messing with things and repainting eyes, then we'll just take a look at the stock figure fresh out of the box, placed on his diorama base, and get a look at him in a nice aggressive pose on the rotating base here. Now, that clear kind of dynamic rod is something you have to assemble yourself with the screws, and it's very easy, so don't worry about that. It's nice and sturdy, and when you tighten the screws up as much as you want, you can make sure that it's not going to move. But really nice sculpt on this. Their fur is done really well. Clothes are nicely weathered, and he's got really good poseability. He seems good and sturdy. The jaws can be a little bit loose, that bottom jaw, the way it opens and closes. Like this one over here, his jaw's a little bit more stiff, so I'm able to close the mouth a bit better. And this one can do it too, but it's a little bit wobbly. But I'm sure there's things I can do to solve that problem. But yeah, the blood on this one's just not to my liking. It's a bit pink looking. So I will be going in with the EBA blood there and touching up the blood on the werewolf and on the base itself. But the wood with the broken trees here is really nicely done. Both bases are basically the same sculpt. You'll notice the trees are in the same place. That part of the tree there, some of the rocks, they are all in the same section. It's really just the skull, the grass, the leaves that's changed on that one. And here it's just been changed to snow and some ribs. But it's nice that they are visually, you know, pretty different. It would have been nice to get completely different bases, but, you know, they look different enough from each other. I'll just let them come around. One more time. Ooh, no. It's a big bad wolf. Well, he's not too big, but he's 1/12 scale. But he is about the size of an average Ultimate NECA figure. Even though he's 1/12, he's a werewolf, so he's bigger than your average 1/12 scale character. So we'll do some height comparisons soon as well. Let's get the jungle version on the rotating bush. I know this one's just prowling through the jungle, looking up at the moon. I kind of prefer this one because of the darker fur. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time to my 1/6 scale figure I showed you a moment ago. This guy looks great. Probably my favorite of the two, but we'll see. I mean, if I put blood on this one, I mean, that will take this to another level, but I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of this sculpt here. I wonder, is it like even up on the high thigh as well, in the midsection, on the back? If it's all werewolf, then I wouldn't mind having one just, you know, just pure birthday suit action for, you know, just no shirt, no shorts, just pure wolf. It's a cool looking piece, man. I'm really glad to have this. Right, so I just want to show you the body here. Untuck the shirt and it's all there. Really nicely sculpted. I wish the 1/6 scale version had all this here, but it doesn't because you can turn it into a human form. So it has a regular kind of 1/6 scale plastic body, just with werewolf arms and legs and bits that you can interchange. I'm curious, but I'm sure the leg's all there as well. Yeah, it is. Wow. So I wonder what, pardon my crudeness, but I wonder what his junk section is like, because if that looks good, then I might just go pure werewolf. Oh wow. Not too bad. Hang on. So it is. I mean, yeah, you can see the joints a bit sort of intensely there. They're very obvious where the legs attach onto the body. So I'd probably leave the shorts on. If you can see red on me, guys, sorry, I recently did that Halloween Kills bloody version mask rehaul, so I've still got some EBA blood on me. Not real blood, it's fake blood. Artificial claret. Ooh, it's not too bad. I mean, yeah, you could go full werewolf, but you can see those joints really badly. So I'll leave the shorts on, but I'm tempted to go shirtless. And the werewolf looks a little bit like the one from Van Helsing, which is cool, because that's a really awesome looking werewolf in that film. There's a little bit of string. Right, but yeah, poseability. Let's just have a look at where this arm attaches on. I won't remove the shirt if that's going to look a bit unsightly, but it looks pretty good. You can see the joint there. Oh, and something Custom Comics did was I think he removed the head and he's turned something upside down to get more of a looking down ability, because he doesn't look down much. He can look up a little bit, but he can't really look down, and I think he got him to do that. So you can see the jaw is a little bit loose, and this was the good one, but yeah, it will stay shut, but if you shake it about, it will still stay shut. That's good. Right, now he's looking great. I didn't have to remove the head. I just literally had to force this kind of middle section here. So you got one piece which is the head, then like a middle kind of main hairy kind of neck bit, and then the body itself. So you just basically turn this bit here, do a 180, and then you'll be able to turn the head facing down a bit more for a more kind of aggressive look. And once these eyes are painted white and we get rid of that pupil, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the pupil. I just, after seeing Custom Comics video, I was like, yeah, that's the way to go with the eye. So I'm going to do that very soon. But a great looking piece, really good posability, and really nice sculpt and paint. A great werewolf. This is my favorite kind of werewolf. Not so much with the clothes, but this biped on its hind legs kind of humanoid wolf thing. You know, like Dog Soldiers, The Howling, Bad Moon, and so many other films. Silver Bullet's a good one. But this is just a great design, and I love the color of this one. Nice and dark. I've got some pretty harsh light LED sort of lamps shining on them right now, but I do actually have the backdrop that comes with the 1/6 scale werewolf from Coomodels, and that's like a nice kind of forest at night with the full moon, and they should look fantastic in front of that. So I'm going to grab that now. That looks cool. It'll be a lot of fun taking pictures with this backdrop. So make sure you follow me on Instagram at DeanKnight333, and we'll be posting plenty of pics. Man, he looks cool. I love this one. I love the pointy ears. They're very much like the Howling werewolf ears, and the overall kind of shape of the head is as well. Just the perfect looking werewolf. Great job to the people who designed these for the figures, you know, the artists, and I'm not too sure how many people are involved. I don't know much about Coomodels, but I mean, this is exactly what I would want. Now with the Snow Mountain and a bloody version here, I may not do that switch around with the neck piece to get the head to look down further, because for this one, because he is going to be the full-on bloody version, I want him to be more like this kind of pose looking up. So I wouldn't be able to quite get this pose maybe if I was to do what I did with this one. Now this is the one where, oh, that just looks so good. This is the one that's just going to be kind of in that pose, you know, just stalking through the woods. That is absolutely awesome looking. Yeah, and this one will be more like this kind of vibe, with the mouth open and lots of blood. But what an awesome looking piece, man. And I'm wondering, one channel in particular, if they're going to get these, and that's Mr. Evil Cheese and Zombie Cat. Hey folks, if you're watching, check their channel out, guys. But I'd like to see them do a video on these. That looks so cool. It's like a combination of Van Helsing werewolf, Dog Soldiers werewolf, the Howling werewolf, and oh man, that is awesome. Look at that. I'll just show you a nice little action pose. He's about to take a swipe at someone. But as you can see, really good posability. Just let you see how the joints are nicely done. Very good job of keeping them subtle on the elbow. Single joint there, but you wouldn't really want a double joint because it would only make it more obvious. You do have double jointed knees though, and that doesn't look too bad at all. But overall, he's got really good posability in the neck, the torso, the midsection, legs, ankles, all that. And the wrist, good articulation there. Very pleased. I'll just get you a few angles of this before I start repainting those eyes. This looks amazing. I love those pointy ears and the length of the snout. It's very, very close to the original Howling werewolf from 1981. I'm just trying to get a nice thumbnail here, including both of the werewolves. against the backdrop of the moon. But it looks so good, I have to film it and just put it in the review here. They just look really nice. Got the LED lamps, which are just here, just desk lights. I'm trying to get them behind them, kind of bouncing off the back of their ears and their shoulders like the moon. You know, the actual light from the moon. You can kind of get that. Let me turn the brightness down a bit. Alright, so I've just started fixing the eyes and just painting over the pupil. I haven't done it on this one yet. I wanted to give you one last look at the head with the pupil there. And then this is the side with the pupil painted over, which I'm going to do another layer of paint on that in a minute. What did I just do? I knocked over his stand. Anyway, yes. I'll crack on with this. But yeah, I like that more. It's just weird. It's like, is he looking at you? Yes, he is. Ah! Alright, so this one and his demonic eyes are finished. Just looks a little bit more aggressive now to me. So I'll do the same to the grey back here. So the eyes on both of them are done now, and it just gives them a very kind of demonic, almost Evil Dead kind of look because of the white eyes, no pupil. And I like the colour that Custom Comics went with. I think he went with more of a yellow. And I do like the idea of a werewolf like this with black fur and red eyes. That might be a bit intense, but like literally from the burning pits of hell came the beast. You know, just red eyes, black fur, and just it'd be beastly. But this looks really good. I'm glad I did it. They just look more evil. Something about it, man. It's because you're not sure if it's looking at you yet, because you can't quite make it out because of the lack of a pupil, but they just look evil. So now I'm going to get on with going over the blood on the base and the blood that's on the werewolf here with the EBA bright blood, which is this stuff that I've used before. And still got quite a bit left. So I'm going to go over this one now, and I'll check back with you and show you how it looks. Alright, so I'll film myself doing some of this repainting the blood on the base so you can see it. Alright. Don't have to be too crazy careful here because I just want it to look nasty. I want it to lose that pink. It's very much a pink that's on the snow here, not red. Well, certainly not fresh blood. But it dries looking wet, and it will certainly bring this base to life a bit. Get some on the bones here. Some on the bones. Get up in here. Over here as well. Anywhere where there's pink action. That's looking a hell of a lot better now already. Some more A bit thicker in places. Yeah, a little bit on there. A little bit over here as well. A little bit on the tree. He's been tearing things apart. Around here. On the tree. Beautiful. It's always fun doing horror stuff. I think that should pretty much do it for the base. I mean, I don't want to overdo it, so let me just need to get in here. Forgot about that side. There we go. Now I'll do a little bit on the werewolf himself. Just get a little bit of this EVA blood in this cap here. Alright, now I should really have a thinner brush or a smaller brush head for the teeth, so I'll do that last. I'm just going to start on his hands, his claws. Just make this blood look a little bit more fresh. I'm not going to go too far with it. Alright, now I'm finished adding blood to the one on the left. I didn't add any blood to the one on the right yet. I'm going to leave him almost stock for now. The only thing I've done to him is do the white eyes, and they look fantastic. But I'm done with this one. It's turned out looking great. Again, the white eyes just giving it a very demonic, soulless, just uncompromising evil. You know, there's no reasoning with something with no pupils. They're just, you know, forget about it. But he looks... I've done some weathering on the shirt as well. But I'm in a nice coming for you kind of pose. Coming forward suddenly. Claws out. So, very happy with that. And the base looks really gross as well. I'll give you some close-ups. Alright, so we can see the blood on the claws here. And on his jaws. And all around the collar area. It's straight from hell, that thing. I'm not sure even a silver bullet would put this thing down. So, for a little 1/12 scale figure, it's got one hell of a presence. I mean, the background helps certainly, but it's just a nice looking piece. I mean, the blood brings it to another level too. That's an amazing addition to my werewolf collection. Certainly glad I didn't sleep on this one. You know, I think I'm pretty sure Custom Comics also did some kind of mod to the jaw as well to get it to stay shut. I'm gonna have to go back and check out his video again, and I'll do that, because this one wouldn't close all the way. It's staying there, but if I even blink, it will drop down, open again. But that looks amazing. Simple pose on that one, but just considering all the blood around him and his kind of posture, It just looks like maybe someone stepped into the area and they've only just realised what's in front of them, and he's like, I get another meal. But make it fun for me. Run. Then get you. Give you a 10-second head start, and then that starts coming after you. Alright, here's a little height comparison. So we have another 1/12 scale figure, which is the Joker here. So he's 1/12 scale and the werewolf is 1/12 scale, but you can see obviously the werewolf, being a werewolf, is rocking a height advantage there. He's even taller than the NECA Raphael from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he's taller than Ash from the Evil Dead TV series, and Ash is concerned about the absolute beast that is staring him down currently. Look at that. There's a little fun height comparison for you. Now, they do stand up without a stand. They are kind of, you know, that kind of werewolf way that the legs go. That design they have where it's almost like a double knee or something. But he will stand up. He kind of, it's like he's tiptoeing. That's kind of how he balances, but he can do it. And he's pretty sturdy. But you should definitely use a stand of some kind. He can get on all fours and be all, you know, quadruped werewolf-like, but you can't really look up to have it look like it's meant to be that way. And his arms and legs will do it. Well, it's a very crude solution, but I've got the jaw shut tight just by jamming some blue tack up underneath the little hinge bit for the jaw. I mean, you never see it, but it certainly keeps that jaw shut. It's a quick solution for photography or whatever. Gets the job done. Look at those eyes, those soulless white eyes. It's a beautiful piece, man. It's just quality. I love the sculpt of it. Nice weight too. Good solid, hefty werewolf figure. Nice that we got stuff like this coming out, man. It's not mass produced or anything, so that's why you got to kind of swoop on it. But it's nice that this exists. It's a really good little werewolf right there. Here's a little look what it looks like amongst some 1/6 scale figures. Obviously it's a hell of a lot smaller. And that's how that looks. Here's the other one. Man, I wish this one was 1/6 scale. I mean, I know I already have the 1/6 scale Coomodel werewolf, but something about the mouth being closed on this one just looks really scary and aggressive. But the mouth on this one will always be open. But the eyes on this one are quite good. I don't know if I should do the painting the eyes white thing on this one. I really have to think about it. I mean, I've had this for like 7 years or something and I haven't done anything to it yet, because it's such a precious piece. But we'll see. But that one, I do prefer this one. If this one was 1/6 scale, there'd be no question in my mind this would be my favourite out of, you know, this one and an imaginary 1/6 scale version of this one. This is the one I would definitely prefer. I just love the head. I think the ears are perfect. They're the kind of ears I like on a werewolf. These ones, you know, they're not too bad, but they're kind of going backwards. Whereas, where is he? Oh, there he is. These ones, a bit more pointy, just like the howling. Alright, but that's how they look amongst some of my 1/6 scale stuff. Alright folks, so I'll give you a score out of 10 for the actual stock figures. Obviously I've added some blood and done some little things here and there, but I would give each figure the same score. I'd give them a 9 out of 10. I think the sculpt is fantastic, the paint app's really good, the clothing's really well done, the base is nicely done, great poseability, really cool werewolf design, and you know, a bit of a loose jaw, but I'm sure I'll figure out a way to fix that. There's just no denying the presence though. It's an absolutely awesome looking werewolf right there. So I'm very pleased. I'm a big werewolf fan, so you got to factor that into my score here. I give them a 9 out of 10 each. That one in the background, man, there's just something about it. I love that one. I love this one in front too. They both look fantastic. And in photography, you zoom the camera in a bit and you can definitely get away with thinking that these would be 1/6 scale figures. I absolutely love them. And I hope you do too. So check out the pictures I post on Instagram. Again, it's Dean Knight 333, same name as the channel here. And I hope you liked the video. Drop a like on it if you did, helps the channel out a lot. And share it with your collector buddies on the social medias. And yeah, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon next to the subscription button, that way you get emails every time I upload a new video. And if you want to support the channel, you can do so on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Become a Patreon and get your name at the end of every video, just like the credits of a movie. But it's been great getting my hands on these finally. I'm very happy. Definitely recommend them. Alright guys, see you soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.